Ghana Kasapreko na mo Facebook live Sika FM 895 live YouTube Sika FM 895 official TikTok era ese at Sika FM enyimere ensama yede eso ne de makutini bi enesen enemra hyebedwo modom kuma no ayensantwefo hyemu a osofo a wo hwa nyina mahode ho nsam eso Honorable John Abdullah Jinapo ene masuja agunichim
na won monyafo John Jinapo ya wono na yeso afo hwa nyina mahode nsam so ade atodwa se oboa one na kache no ama ye kase wo mo enya 450,000 barrel of light crude oil wa eba boa amadum so ensem afri ho
anadom kuma ne santwefo nhyiamu na se wo mo sanso sujare bi edegu eye board member owo Bank of Ghana woko eye mra hyebedwom so a abedwoku wo mo kasikasam saa committee no wo sanso eteso no nyafo azikadongo wo ma mfa nche no kra de wo mo kan nyina da ebeka ne ho ansam enwumere ya kire wo
benyimfo wo mo eda ensawo medium security prisons wo Poye mantama ano na babonte esra by sada Roma wo mo de nro ka bebre wo mo suppliers wo mo nro mo de ma prison fo no ka ya me wo mo tada Roma ban hye na wo ntwane ni emehye wo mo
na ana adrofo nkabonko mo my Ghana mo ya adwene senko mo beto mo ho agumonten so atetua ka ntuka nkoma na so enya amaso senti amaso no enyumere ye bekirem
National School Feeding Association wo mo so na ebo aban ntre ha se sa aban na hye na nsam wo mo kasa contract no wo mo entoa so tetem ya desuafoi wo mu dia ene no mo dia aban no ebefa emra kwan so
ensam we ni afoforo bi na adwumere yesu nkonya bekenkan dia somo akenkan fo ayeme mranti nua ba maame efomwa kafena mene
ajwa nyako abronoma
track 1 ejina soba
Sika FM track 1 yani yakoro 89.5 Sika FM
Sika FM 89.5 Yes Suma Santimai Sika FM 89.5 Yes Suma Santimai
Yes Suma Santimai ne Ghana mai wiase nyina ka ho afei yewura somremo ankasa ene mra hyebedwa modom kuma no ayensantwefo nhyiamu na ensem bebre eno mokan ye ewo ensantwefo nhyiamu no asetichiru ene ya nyina mahode ho nsem sede nansan press so ekoso ewo memu na dom kuma no ekire se oswafo a wo hwe nyina mahode ho nsem eso Honorable John Abdullah Jinapo pekasa dodo twekrodo yende dodo adwuma ne taho eseso wo yere wonye ena kasa tenten a eno so awoye ya wo mu hu ba biara wode ne nsem ede efa na dom kuma no achiese ewo mu se wo mu nim se eye enyama hoden aso ye honom eka wo ha bebre wo ho na enso eno nti ena jese aban we aban nti wo reset aba bia reset aka ho ni nyina aka Ghana adwuma no ogitum so oba abaye ne ho nti omuhwem no omunya adwuma no omunya kasa tenten ene ehu no a wo mu so de anu omubo Ghana fo no ene yedi fango ena de aka kure nu nansa ena agisi ekofiri bi ene ehia sika sasam no nyene na Ghana fo patie emom esum no Ghana fo demo no manfo ena ma epro ewo mo fridge mu cost of free eno ena ehia eno ni adwuma na ta ho no eseso omo ye na sa kasa tenten bebrebe no omo kasa ndie enya de se eho ehia kura eno achi ena omo kire se wo mo ewo eniema maako enan ni numbia wo pese ahonyina mahode so ene ne soafo no odano no wonom eye ensami mra hyebedwa modom kuma wakasa ye dom kuma no mra hyebedwane a wakasa ye eye Honorable George Kwame Aboaje woko ayamra hyebedwam abedwaku aka anyina mahode ho nsem no a wono ya ranking member ewo so yentie eniema hodo enum no a won pese Honorable John Jinapo eye edema wonum.
Acknowledge the financial challenges in the sector, but leadership is about solutions, not excuses. The minister must 1. Stop the fear-mongering and focus on fixing fuel supply issues for IPPs, that's independent power producers. 2. Engage stakeholders to renegotiate burdensome take-or-pay contracts. 3. Strategically set KPIs for ECG and NETCO to reduce operational and distribution losses and improve revenue collection. 4. Address challenges of the cash water flow mechanism and enforce it. 5. Diversify energy mix with renewables and gas optimization, that is maximize jubilee and tame fuels to reduce reliance on imported fuels. Encourage off-peak consumption by industries to frighten demand curve. Accelerate the rollout of smart metering to curb theft and increase revenue mobilization. We also understand and know some of the challenges are forex related and believe the current appreciation of the Ghana cedi is an opportunity to recover some losses in the sector.
And yet, I am not Kasapreko. Wamo eka nyina mahode ho nsem ranking member Honorable George Kwame Abuaje. Yako so far wo share nyina mahode nsem so Honorable John Jinapo Nakache. Wono so ena day abatu just say I am hye no na ewo ho say ansha na ye nya fango amfa enwe ye plant mo ampa wa amgan na ye nya nyina mahode no say wo say ono Nakache wo mabo adwumaden ama na mo nsa so ama ye ka say omenya fango barrel by 450,000 crude oil na just we no aye kwan ahodo aban ne bo no homoden say obabua ama anyina mahoden sam so agina so ewo ye man wano pay on the subject for a chair asemi.
We've placed 450,000 barrels to replace that fuel. I mean, that was statistics. It's not like you gave the figures and said we are in trouble. The minister said because we have even if we have 1 day of fuel and you have stock to replace that 1 day, there should be no cause for alarm. If you have 1 week, and you haven't placed order for fuel or you don't have a replacement, that should be worrying. So it's not the days or the period. It's about whether you have a replenishing stock. And like I said, we have placed that order more than a month ago. To move fuel from Nigeria to Ghana, it takes some time, and that is what we did. So maybe next time I have to keep that information from Parliament and just tell them that, look, we've ordered fuel. But they wanted the statistic.
Honorable John Jinapo ye and was so the source say. See, I'm the money muya pre or my Kenya gas processing plants, they are to be a noa or my munine or baku Kenya bakwa saka one kebab wapa ama kania won someone in other pe crude oil and sand and yan kania no able to me at a sona face or boa my kania no so to me ejina so ye ede amaye no so no.
The issue is that demand is increasing 300 megawatts every year. That is huge. And as demand increases, you must necessarily increase fuel supply. That's why we are working to bring a second gas processing plant. That should have been done like yesterday, so that we wouldn't have to depend on light crude oil. But until you get that gas processing plant, you must run the plant. The plant must fire. If you recall, in 2017-2018, the complaint was that we have so much gas and we're engaged in take or pay for gas, if you remember. Yeah. And the then government was complaining that we shouldn't have signed on to that agreement. And you know gas is cheaper. But now we are consuming beyond even that gas. So we need to bring on a gas processing plant. But we can't also shed load until that period. So we must keep buying some light crude oil, some heavy fuel oil, and some distillate fuel.
Energy Minister Honorable John Jinapo Enietinin K.
Yantwa kasabano eso na Kasapreko dom kumano wamra elmo semtwafo nhemu mo ye ya omusu jagu Honorable John Jinapo tisoi emu na medaso egiran na wasentwafo nhemu no emu no wo sanso aka bi ekire Honorable Isaac Adongo ye na no wokoka se ukoyi yi dollar ewo bangia nyade se yede ebemawo no omusu jagu na pampempa wo mo chese adentina woni pa baako ya wono obamra Kasapreko abedwaku a wo mo eka eye sikasam a wo sa abedwaku ni so na wono kro ya sanso eye board member ewo Bank of Ghana eho no wo mo nte ho na se wo mo hu se conflict of interest bi ehye mfimfin ho ni nyina ene se wo bamra Kasapreko eho no mo a wo mo mra wo do bom ho bra ofie ho no Manchester orders no order 228 section 2 no eche se finance committee no to brebi on betena se na Bank of Ghana aba bebo mamane de ekoso bosuminsia bia adwuma ye omoye no omde om report ebebre committee no na committee no ahwe adwuma ye a wo moye ne Bank of Ghana ho foreign exchange ne ho kro ne ba chesa report bibia omde bebre om bosuminsia bia wo omde bebre committee no zanse bibi kwa achewa no matumi ebisa ho ko san ana don kuma na HSA committee wey ya wo mra hye bedwa fie sa committee no ebe Bank of Ghana report mu no Isaac Adongo woso Isaac Adongo kro na sanso awo Bank of Ghana board so enti edai na wo board no so na wo betwa report beba na obedu committee ni so no so tesu bie ho no eno wo ntiase enti wo mu hia nkire mu ebe so a pampani anka wonyinu emfiri bakum yentie sade mra shebedwamo dom kuma no womo eka wonom asema eno de ehia so mra shebedwani Dr. Stephen Amua ya ye friend say sticker oro ne kai.
We need to do the needful. We need to, if we have to amend the laws to make it possible for him to be there, because he's competent. Right? We cannot. We need to adhere to the laws of the course. One of the most important factors that all over the world is considered to be a definitional element of a very stable society, rule of law and democracy. It's about adhering to the law, making sure that the very law that confers on us our positions and our discretionary powers, we go by the law. So that is what we are trying to say. And I think we need to look at that. Maybe the laws are an oversight, but the finance committee has the oversight responsibility. And Honorable Adongo, of course, very competent, is the chair, and the same Honorable Adongo is also Bank of Ghana is not named. Definitely, nobody should tell us that. This is very conflicting. And the law is very explicit.
Honorable 7 Amwa.
Yafa Kasapreko Okogyeabour wo ensawa medium security prison wo epoye mantamo na panyufo a womo na hye enede afie yi womo so ede adesre eto aban yanim sadaroma aban ne hye na entempa wo pesika emfa emeso omasene na omasem wo ka nyina da ene se womo national health insurance scheme a womo drug suppliers no womo ebo womo nuro womo de ma eneduafiefo no na womo so yade a womanya nuro ede amo womo no sesei eka womo de suppliers yi ka ma sesei kura no womo fro womo kura so womo muro womo nuro a suppliers no emfa emma eneduafiefo yi e kire se ebrebre ya ye kasai womo de eka se 506,000 Ghana cedis no mo kira se wo mo deka na afi 200,000 Ghana cedis almost national health insurance scheme claims no na 506,000 Ghana cedis na afi enro a wo mo atotototo de ama inmates no eno so kada ho eno so 200,000 Ghana cedis eno ti ro mani abro mo ka kira by Sadaroma abanu me omumwa no atwa sika emfa emre omuna fe omufa tuatua eka yi nyina se de be ya omu supplies no mo from a ombebro mu nuro mo de ama de duafie efo no mo se ekoba de sei no prison panyifo no ana se no obi yade a na de omu ado motom sika kope bi komu ne motivate ne parabi no mo de abro mo no mo de soso ano sa eno ne moa eno ti no mo de adesrei eto aban na Eastern Regional Prisons Commander DDP Patrick Thomas Seidu ono this same way to dwa aba Human Rights Committee awo mrashe bedafie ekoho ekosra ne duafie no.
Though our facilities are accredited to a national health insurance and the HEFRA, but we know that the medication covers only some sort of drugs. As at the last audit, we are in excess of 200,000 for drugs that were supplied to inmates and a non-payment. And we also have problems with the audits, the Auditor General. They are also writing that we should also let it go to the Minister of Finance and then to Parliament for them to know, because who pays for that?
Eastern Regional Prisons Commander DDP Patrick Thomas Seidu.
Yantwa kasabane soy na yanko na apia mensa aka Namwan. nensem emo enyine nim se wogina court mes go do penny eno no customer si de na kwa akogina court se wabu o mafaso musika akohembesi nei wo monsanka wo musika wo kofale criminal charges tia eye na moama na lawyer forso de kodan court no sa criminal charges ni de beyanka court no emfatabo ento the offense stay of execution ibi ne no anya adwuma ewo ne so but asem na nkasa ene say nkofo so omudwu omusika ndi asem ne pem ho na stay of execution no ene ne court of appeal ekọ asetina wabo atogu akache na bo asem ne pem ho no ese so omoto aso enti wonu so wo pin ni defense wo mra meka na afem de na fei asem no ento aso na ye bo stay of execution ne ho asem ne tugu ye no ena eye adwadifo ya wo madwa na mo ye amre na kwa kogina court yi pani a wodi wo mo enim eyowura Freddy Force ye che so mo ya court no edi kan dia ba no kura no wo mani agye ho ye nti se de okasae.
We're all well and good, and it's in the interest of justice, and that at the end of the day it's been given the fair trial which is going on, and we are happy that now the court below can proceed with the trial. And I'm told, I've been advised by our lawyer that while the trial is going on, the actual appeal can also take place, and it doesn't take away any right from the accused persons. And so, as customers, we are happy. We have been calling for speedy trial, and I think that is what's going on. Some of us, we've been coming to court, and we've been advised and educated by our lawyers, and so we know that there's a saying that the wheel of justice grants slowly, but it will surely get to its destination, even though we had anticipated that this case should have been dealt with before the end of last year. But however, justice have its own path, and that is what we are patiently going along with it.
And I men's go to 24 one more day or penny I would do woman him or Freddy Forsen. And what she added an appear men's son and one Uncle Sansukasa, I just say. Court to Nedia Kana family, then so or Nina Daya for bedding como. Now what ye advice a from Jensen when ye say, Sa Semno home or Messanswaka Pira or Rabba Catcher Ghana for.
It doesn't end here. I mean, we still have the Supreme Court, so we just exercise all our rights, enshrined under the Constitution, the Republic, this beautiful republic. So I'll confer with my lawyers, and then whatever as they so advise, we'll proceed.
Any na pia mensa number 1.
Yere kaseboni kopie me wo National School Feeding Authority and Association for wo mo akache. Wo mo so yenim se yesi me busu me wo mo so anti asem de. Me secondary na krata afira ba mu ba yesa da Roma omo school feeding no omo emfa ensi ho eye tetem yi omo enyai na ese tem we ye kasa yi koda no omo ko school a tefa bia ni ho dwane bia ni ho a omo edi ewo ho nam so emakoi baboten e ka kira ban se omo ko tena se nya santi ase apam no omo ni aban ni ko ya aban ni kasa ko meye tetem we asoso na ka contract ni nyina ewu na so maka kira aban o masresa da Roma ka aban mo nya soso na ka ewie pay na soso aban no besi na ye kasa die bibia ma ya eche so mo nsan kọ ekoso mo edwumadi so no na mo maba bontia se de mo se asade no maka no bokọ aban ne nte ene ne mo de befa mra kwa so atwe aban no akwa akogina koto na de koto beka e de afa ho bia wo mo yi e de afiri ho na Ekuno penya woni amansa di kita ho ma me Margaret Labi ono eno gina wo nyina na mu edo ho sem no etodwa.
The leaders of school feeding try to see some opinion leaders and sent letters to Imam, the former president Kufuor, even the minister, World Bank, even to the minister herself, but it's not heard from them. Nothing has been done. We're still waiting. We've not heard from any of them. There is no. It's a contract. It wasn't an individual contract. It was a government contract. Therefore, there is a law that binds us. So where do we go? We will go somewhere. We will go where the law will define whether we are at fault or we are not at fault.
Any ITA PRO at the National School Feeding Association, Mami Margaret Labi.
Young quadra fonso akachi adra fonka bom kwa kese wo man Ghana. Na what you try omo bonche ne se anka fiti ene ekoi wo muntu omo ka bia muntu omo hemfa ba bia. Ya sa adra fonka bom koi. Na Concerned Drivers Association kan ho Ghana Private Road Transport Union GPRTU womo ka ho ene driver unions bebre womo nyina ka ho ka se ene anko mo ntu hen bia amfa passenger bia anko ba bia wo mbeda na no omasem nyina ene so man Ghana mu ha sei ya womra wo hanem se ensese dwadini wo yatena pavement so anase kwamu edidwa nanso so asesa amranse atuogu Moses amran nko ya chichire no adrafo say wo mo kokuro mu stations ahodo ne kwan ahodo wo mu nyomu twabre kura che so munya haban kura ntemwe ni nyina sa dwadifo ya je kwan bia boso ewo kurom hanem sei wo lodo wi a wo ten no kura no so kura ya sa wo kopio bi ne magu so a obediwa diwa tema di wo yira wada ne wo maame kura sa bi odada mu nyina ka ho ayewa dia mo ho kire wo mo nti wo mo ka che mensi akese ne nketu assembly for nsa joli for sam kwa ho nyina ompam wo mo firi wo no na adrafo no enya baabi mfa mo cars no emfa titi pa ne baabi a bus stop a minim se kuma se bus stop mpo ha mi hu bi da minim baabi a bus stop wo kuma se a wo mo se baabi a bus stop bia ye di dwa ho baabi a bus stop bia ye di dwa ho no kuro ma dwadi fo na je ho nyina boso ma unhu mpo se bus stop kura ho baabi ntini ya mpa mo nyina mfiri ho no mo na ja mo ho ento mo sense bus stop ya dwadi fo ya ja boso wo dra ni so kokosu obi wo baabi so a na ya anum so aba abechew kire se wo mo ho mete pa wadwuma no wo mo yerim tie nei wo mo kasa nko mo ntuka na so nei wo mo anade ye betena ha ya ye twokrodo ye pon wo man so na de ye be ko ne bi so mse na da ya sha mo mfurumu ana mo so onye mfurumu ha asem na emom no wo mo mpanifa kwa akosi nkonwa adi nkomo ya nkomo no sade sikoye no ya la nti wo mo hwenim kakra nti owura David Agbado wo ne ene ye kasa ye senti enei wo mo strike no amaso enti no
Accra Mayor says tomorrow. He says tomorrow. I'm sounding this caution to the mayor and to the whole nation that tomorrow we don't want it to be a 9-day wonders. If tomorrow they are cleared and the next day they come to the streets, they should rest assured that the next day will also come, will also sit down not working. Pending the action of the mayor, we have hold the strike action. But that doesn't mean we won't strike.
Enti wo mo se nkran mayor zo china no bepam wo mo nti china de wo mo so he china enti na no mo tu car no enti china wo mo kwana se ye pam wo mo na ade e china wo mo san ba wo mo so de car no besuo wo mo so ntu enti mo ba ye ntu mama ni etu mo ba sa no mbeye no nti David Agbado ya wo no ye PR Ghana Concerned Drivers Association na yete ne nkan kasi abonesi na se wo mo e de mani usuma adwumaifo kwa me fori aboje abone homodin ye reporters nso ebo adwumaden ye semfo ayofa Alhassan Okogyeabour na kaseboi wasonso ede amayem na enwumere ye technician ye si wo da Bullet Fashion Center no DJ Bullet na informani nyina da wachinchima ote ye nka social media ne Kelvin anase meme friend na nipa Mr. Kunu wono eno hey social media no so ede emaye enwere akenkan for ayeme mranteni aba maame efomwa kafena
Ajwa nyako abrono
maame for happy birthday and for my Mrs.